Self-regulation is the best way to go to avoid interference by the state and the right of freedom of religion as is enshrined in Article 32. However, the state should not hesitate in case there is any crime that is committed.
It is evident the church is not welcome to external scrutiny, and it's openly opposed to the idea of the state regulating faith and the practice of worship. Members of the clergy representing different conglomerations came before the task force that was appointed by President William Ruto to make their stand clear.
The scope of the existing crimes being extended to cover emerging practices bordering on religious extremism.
The task force that has at least visited 24 counties had no easy time, since every attendant tried to plead their own case as to why churches should be left to self-regulate under structured umbrella organizations with existing laws.
We don't want the church to be regulated by the government because the government does not know what is actually happening on the spiritual affairs of the church. So, as we have said, we have talked about the umbrella bodies that will be used to regulate the church.
On several occasions, the infamous Sherpao Massacre, masterminded by Paul Mackenzie, became the center stage of the presentations as leaders came out to exonerate the church while decrying blanket condemnation from the state.
Kwa mfano, unakuta mtu amefanya labda amefanya uhalifu fulani, unaona watu wanasema ni makanisa. Sasa hapo pia kuna makosa hapo. So ndio tukasema ikiwa kuna mtu akona kanisa yake na akifanya mambo yake ambayo inafunja sheria, basi sheria ilenge huyu.
Ilimwachilia kwa 10,000 na saa hii wamefika 300 na hiyo si mauaji ya kufanywa hapa, hii ni genocide. Afaa apelekwe ICC.
Despite admitting responsibility on the part of the church with regards to Sherpao victims, members of the clergy also insisted government institutions like the National Intelligence Service and the DCI owe Kenyans an explanation for sleeping on the job for way too long.
The criminal justice system has failed to deliver its mandate to prevent extreme indoctrination through enforcement of the law.
Task Force member Eli Rope, who chaired the session, put many of the speakers to task as he sought to find out what parameters should be used to define a false doctrine and where should the state draw the line in the course of enforcing existing regulations. From the many presentations, it's obvious the church is jittery about reviewing the legal framework that regulates it. And despite admitting internal flaws within the same institution, they are reluctant to have the state regulate it. Timothy Simwa, K24, Evening Edition.